There are 12 items right now that keep selling out at Dollar Tree faster than the shelves can be restocked, and once you see the list, you're going to understand exactly why. Some of these have gone viral more than once, disappearing from shelves within hours of a restock, only to sell out again the very next time they're back in stock. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and number 7 is the one that's sold out at every single store I've checked over the past month. If you're new here, this channel tracks what's actually flying off Dollar Tree shelves, not just what's new. So if that's useful to you, go ahead and hit subscribe before we get into it, because half of what's on this list could be gone again by the time you finish watching. Quick note before we start, items that sell out this consistently tend to come back in smaller batches each time, which means the window to grab one keeps getting shorter with every restock cycle. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, the heavy-duty ceramic mixing bowls in the new sage green glaze. These sold out within days of first arriving, restocked once, and sold out again just as fast. The color and the weight of these bowls have made them a favorite among home cooking content creators, which is a huge part of why demand has stayed this high since they first launched, and every time a new batch shows up online, it tends to trigger another wave of in-store searching almost immediately. Number 2, the insulated stainless steel tumblers with the matte finish. Matte drinkware has been trending hard for a while now, and this specific tumbler keeps disappearing from shelves within a day or two of any restock. Several stores have reported needing to limit purchases to 2 per customer just to keep them available for more than a few hours at a time, which tells you just how far demand has outpaced what a normal restock cycle can keep up with. Number 3, the woven storage baskets with the double-stitched handles. Home organizing content has been driving a steady wave of demand for these, and because they're genuinely more durable than the previous version, shoppers who find a full set tend to buy several at once rather than just 1 or 2, which clears out a restock far faster than a single item purchase pattern ever would. Number 4, the scented soy candles in the new fall lineup. Seasonal candles always move fast, but this specific lineup has been selling out even quicker than usual thanks to the noticeably stronger scent throw compared to past seasons. Several locations have reported entire candle displays clearing out within the first day of a restock, which is a noticeably faster pace than even previous seasonal candle lines managed in years past. Number 5, the cast resin decorative bookends in the matte marbled finish. Once shoppers started comparing these to a designer home collection piece selling for $50, demand spiked almost overnight, and these have been one of the hardest items to actually catch in stock since that comparison started circulating online, with several people mentioning they've checked 3 or 4 locations without any luck. Number 6, the braided jute doormats. These quietly became one of the most requested restock items after shoppers noticed how much more premium they looked compared to the plain rubber-backed mats sold previously. Entryway refreshes are a steady, ongoing category which keeps demand consistent rather than tied to a single seasonal spike. And that steady baseline demand is honestly part of why this one keeps quietly selling out without ever going through a dramatic viral moment the way some of the other items on this list have. And number 7, the one that's sold out everywhere I've checked. The stainless steel pour-over coffee sets. This one caught nearly everyone off guard, including the stores themselves. A full pour-over setup at this price point is rare enough on its own, and once word spread about the value, demand outpaced supply almost immediately. I've personally checked 5 different locations over the past month and haven't found a single one still in stock, which honestly makes this the single hottest item on this entire list to actually catch. And I'll genuinely be surprised if it isn't sold out again within hours the next time a restock happens anywhere nearby. Number 8. The ceramic planters with the built-in saucer. Plant-focused shoppers have been stocking up on these specifically because the built-in saucer solves a common complaint about needing a separate matching tray, and the new colorways coordinate well enough together that people tend to buy multiples at once, which again means a single shopper can clear out a meaningful chunk of a fresh restock on their own. Number 9. The woven wall hanging baskets in the larger size. Gallery wall decor has been trending steadily for a while, and the larger size specifically has been harder to keep in stock than the smaller version, since fewer pieces are needed to fill the same amount of wall space, which naturally increases how many individual units get sold before a restock catches up, compared to a project that would have used several smaller baskets instead. Number 10. The glass storage jars with the wood-look lids. This upgraded design has been outselling the plain plastic lid version it replaced by a wide margin, largely because it photographs and displays so much better in a kitchen or pantry setup, which has made it a popular pickup for anyone doing a pantry organization project, especially once a few well-organized pantry photos featuring these jars started circulating online. Number 11. The framed botanical art prints. These have had a steady, consistent sell-through rate rather than one dramatic spike, but that consistency is exactly why they keep running out. Restocks simply haven't caught up with the ongoing demand from shoppers, slowly building out a gallery wall over time, one print at a time across multiple visits. And number 12, closing out the list. The chunky knit throw pillow covers. Cozy, textured home accents have been trending across every price point recently, and this specific knit pattern has been one of the fastest-selling textile items in the entire store, with several locations reporting the display emptying out within the first weekend of any restock, which makes it one of the more reliably difficult items to catch on this whole list. So why are all of these selling out this consistently instead of settling into a normal restock rhythm? A big part of it comes down to how quickly trend awareness spreads now compared to even a few years ago. Once a handful of shoppers post about a specific find, whether that's a direct price comparison or just a good photo of the item styled at home, that visibility can drive a wave of demand at a scale that a store's normal ordering cycle simply wasn't built to anticipate. Dollar Tree, like most retailers, orders inventory based on projected demand from historical sales data, and a sudden viral spike doesn't show up in that data until after the fact, which is exactly why these items selling out even after being restocked multiple times. It's also worth understanding that once an item earns this kind of reputation for selling out, it tends to create its own momentum. Shoppers who've missed it once or twice start checking more frequently and buying more aggressively the moment they do find it in stock, specifically because they don't want to miss it again. That behavior alone can keep an item selling out even after the initial trend has cooled down somewhat, simply because the buying pattern it created has become a habit for a meaningful chunk of regular shoppers. There's also a compounding effect worth mentioning here. Once local news or social posts specifically call out a store or region where an item is still available, that particular location tends to see a fresh spike in shoppers checking specifically for that one item, sometimes even shoppers driving in from further away than they'd normally travel. That kind of targeted traffic can clear out a location's entire stock of a single popular item within hours of a post gaining any real traction, regardless of how well that location was actually keeping up with demand beforehand. So what should you actually do with this information? First, if you're specifically hunting for one of these 12 items, timing your visit right after a delivery day tends to give you the best odds, and a quick Friendly question to an employee about typical delivery schedules can help you figure out when that is for your specific store. Most locations receive shipments on a fairly predictable weekly pattern, and showing up within the first day or two of that delivery genuinely gives you a meaningfully better shot than checking randomly whenever you happen to be running errands nearby. Second, don't assume a sold out shelf means the item has been discontinued, since everything on this list is still an active product that's simply struggling to keep pace with demand rather than being pulled entirely. It's easy to see an empty shelf and assume you've missed your chance permanently, but based on the pattern with every single item here, restocks keep happening. They're just getting cleared out faster than the previous cycle each time. And third, if you do find one of these in stock, it's worth grabbing what you actually need in that moment rather than waiting to see if it restocks again soon, since based on the pattern with every item on this list, that's a real gamble. I've personally regretted putting something back with the plan to come back for it later more than once, only to find it completely gone on the next visit and not back in stock again for weeks. A fourth tip worth mentioning is to check multiple nearby locations rather than relying on just one store, especially for the items on this list with the most consistent sellout pattern, since inventory levels and restock timing can vary meaningfully even between two stores just a few miles apart. If you found this breakdown helpful, let me know in the comments if you've managed to grab any of these 12, especially the pour-over coffee set, because I'm genuinely curious whether anyone's had better luck than I have. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the next update, since I'll keep tracking which items are moving fastest as new restocks come through. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.